Hello, Norrathians. This is Vass, and I am in Six Flags over Norrath. In the last episode, we had built the cotton candy stall, so that one's done. For this next episode, I have plans to build two more stalls within the park. One of them, this one I built in the last episode, and I did not like how the Hollis wood was taking up so much view. So I took that away along with the painting and just left it as is on the ground. So I think it looks better. It keeps everything more open. So today we are going to work on the spiced ham. So this is going to be a special one for New Hollis. It's not something you would normally see in a theme park, but I thought that it would fit with New Hollis. So this one we're going to work on first. So I got my original save, and I actually need to move, before I get my save, I need to move some of this out of the way because this is where I want to build it. Those are fine. Okay, so let's get this one, and we will make this one. Let me get my new one because I was helping someone with their house, and I've got to get a new file set. There we go. Okay, so let's make this one a scale of 4 and see how it looks. Way too big. So let's go down to 2.5. That's still kind of big. So let's do 2. Okay, that's better. I can sink it in the ground if I need to. And I'm going to make the bottom platform use this one for scale, because that one will have to go down in the ground some. Yeah, I'll lower them all at the end. So it's going to be a little too far away, so let's move it closer to the path. Okay, that's better. Because that will put this one right up against the path. Actually, if I make it bigger, let's see. If I make this bigger, I can save on some books. If I can do it just like that, maybe one tick bigger, there we go. So let's pick up our books. And we will put this one down. And I do think I'm gonna, well, nope, that looks like it's really close. And one tick bigger. So hold down Shift and Alt, scroll wheel, done. There we go. If I remember correctly, this one's higher on the bottom. Yes, it is. So what I might do, let me get this, bring it up, get a new from difference. Actually, no, I want to leave it that way because if I sink it, I'd rather have more in the bottom to sink it down. So let's leave it the way it was, because then I can sink this down. Okay, so now, since I changed that, I need to change these. But that makes more sense because then I can save on some book count right there. If I need the books, I can use those somewhere else. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this piece to this piece so I can move it to the back and have it in the same layout, the same location, but moved straight to the west. And we will try 3 to the west. It's a little far, but in actuality, I can make this a little bigger because the sides will cover it. Actually, no, they won't. If I line it up with the front of these, they will not cover it. Okay, so we need to move this one in some. So let's do 0.3 to the east. And a little too far. We will go back 0.1. And that's almost okay. Let's do 0.05. Okay, so that's in there. This one's sticking over just a little bit on each side, so let's shrink it down a tad. There we go. So we're good now. Okay, so now I need to get these in the side pieces. Okay, so what scale is this? We'll copy that. So we got this saved. Let's move that one up. And we will copy or paste the scale information there. Okay, so now all the boards should line up. And what I might do is move that one so I can get how far up it is. Put it back where it was. Get a new save. Move this one up so I can get the difference and paste my up and down. So now it'll be exactly the same height as the other, and it's got the flickering. Okay, good. Okay, so now it does need to come out some. Let's do 0.005 to the north. See if that helps. There we go. That covers up the edge, makes it almost seamless. I don't want it absolutely seamless because it will shimmer on the outside, and the top I'm not too worried about because it'll be covered. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this one to this one, and let me get rid of my quest journal. There we go. So we are going to copy that larger one, paste it there, and let's move it to the south 4. Okay, not quite. Let's try one more. Okay, that's too far. But 0.5 might be a bit much, so let's do 0.4 to the north. Yeah, 0.4 was a bit much. So let's do 0.05 south. And that is better. Almost looks seamless. There we go. Okay, so now I need to put the front piece on. Come on. Keep going too far back with it and it's popping in. There we go. Actually might want to move it in some. So let's move it down a little bit, and then we will get a new from difference. and we will move it in. Well, we have 0.05 there, so we might as well try that. So move that to the west. And a couple more times. Okay, that's better, so it's not in the walkway as much as it was. Sorry, my sinuses are acting up today. Okay, so I've got to make the top. So I'm going to copy the floor. And paste it there. And then bring one of them up. You know what? I actually like it kind of like that. It's just the shimmering. So what I might do is take this one and this one and just lower those down 0.005. So it doesn't shimmer anymore. There we go. Okay, and I need to bring that down just a little. Actually, maybe not. It was sunk in some. And is that too far? Nope. Can I go down further? Yep. Okay, good. Okay, so now I've got my plates here. Some spare plates on the side. And then I want to put one over here. How big is the ham compared to the plate? And let's make the plates a little bigger. So 1 and 2. So let's do those at a scale of 1.1, see how that looks. Okay, not sticking over the edge. Nope, we're good there, and good here. Okay, so this one, I want to actually lower it down. Just so it looks like there's one plate from the stack. And then I will put the meat on here. How does this look if I don't think I'm going to be able to get one slice of ham. Yeah, that's about as close as I can get it to get one slice of ham. But I think I would just do the whole ham there and He uses this plate to cut from. And then he serves it on those plates. Okay. And let's see, do we want a dwarf? Do we want a barbarian? Let's do dwarf. And do we want male or female? Let's do male. Change the gender. That's actually not bad for the default. And he needs to wear some winter wear, I think. There we go. Does he need to wear gloves? I'm not sure if I have any white gloves. Why do the gloves always have to look like they're for giants on the smaller characters? I like the skull on those gloves. I mean, those work with the outfit, but I was thinking more of white gloves. Oops. So I think I'm gonna have to go with some of these down at the bottom. That could work. And let's see, I think we just want him to greet. And play when approached. And let's see. He's a little further back, so let's do 1.5. Okay, I think the only thing left is the name. There we go. Maybe I should do... There we are. And let's move you in. Can I get inside? Yes, I can. Good. Now, do I have... let's do it this way. Actually, you know what? I think... yeah, I've got a Caledon bucket. Oh, it's in my bank. Oh, pygmy bucket. Let's see. That's an option. Don't want to use just a regular block. Even though I use a regular block, that's rosewood. Do I have anything else? No, I think we're going to go with a pygmy bucket. I might switch it out later, but let's get you bigger. Raise you up. Flip you over. And then I can put my house actor on top. It might be a little too high. Let's go outside and see. Oh, the greeting works. Yeah, I think that's okay. He's standing on a bucket. Okay, so I've got the topper, but I need to make a sign, so I'll do that. I'm still debating on whether I should put tables in the ice cream shop. Wish there was a table set beside the Caledon one that the keg table that has the benches with it. I wish there was something other than that. But even that might go with this. Let's see. Because, I mean, this is, after all, New Hollis. Rivervale. See, that's not right. That's woodsy. Could go good in Kellethan. Okay, so that one's done. Now we need to work on this one over here, which is a much larger project. Okay, so let me get... I am going to get... let's see. Chop shop. Save. Now that I've got those done, that way if I need to, I can always come back to it. Okay, so now I want to build this area over here. This one is going to be a little bit more difficult. Ooh, these are no trade, aren't they? Yes, they are no trade, and I don't think I have. Let's look. Dogar, I have the bridge, keystone, railing, and archway, and the domed roof. Okay, let's see. City of Mist. I have the stair, bollard, archway, wall section, fence, column. Let's see, what else is there? Sprockets. No sprockets. Innovative. Nothing. Do I have anything in my broker? Let's see. Ooh, 4 plat. Yay. Okay. Well, if it's no trade, it's not going to be in here. So that won't work. Oh, but I could use... That's banded. I've got the narrow plain fulginate. Tall divider of ash. Was there any plain briarwood? And that could work. I've got 8 of those. Yep, I'm going to pull those out because I need a base. I don't have a base. And I'm wondering if I should use these or not. Let's see. Okay, those are right at the edge. So if I use those, take those away for the build, I could do that. And let's see, start with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do the 7, because this is going to be a rather large one. Okay, so let's first of all get some of this stuff out of the way. These 2 pieces I'm going to be using pretty quickly. Okay, so if I were to remove those, put this in, I could start it. Let's see, what's the thickness of this? It's basically just at that line of the book. So if I started it there, I think I'm going to need to either overlap these, which I can do, or let me get my other one in. Okay, so let's see the thickness for the side, the edge of the book there, so that line, about like that, and then this one in the middle. Yeah, it could work. I could do it like that. And then of course that's going to be 3 on the back. And then I will need an extra one. And what is this fancy fancy tall column? Don't want to do a tall column. Broker check. Let's see. That is a tall divider. So let's go down to T's. That's indium. Tall fancy. Columns. That's window. I hate having to buy those, but oh well. It saves me from cutting the video and going and getting them and coming back and so on. Okay, so if I do it like this, that should work, and then have this on the side. Let's get rid of our books. 1, 2, because that will actually allow me to use these books somewhere else if need be. So I've got those two, and I've got those two. That's good. Okay, so now that I've got that there, let's make all of these the same size, just to be sure. So 1, 2, oh, did I get it? Yes, I did. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I've got 2. Surprisingly, those are all the same, but we are going to scale them all to be 2. There we go. Now let's put this one in. I need to zoom in a bit so I can see how it lines up with the path and the book. Okay, so that one's there. That one is almost the same. Not quite. It's pretty good though. North. Yeah, that's like almost perfect. Okay. Yay for the layout editor. Okay, so I've got this one. Let's go ahead and move you out of the way. I'm going to grab one of you guys. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make you smaller, and I will just use the layout editor so I know it'll be the same distance north. So 1, 2. That way I don't have crooked walls that don't line up exactly. No shimmers, no overlaps. And let's do 8 to the east. Let's try that. Okay, not far enough. Let's do another 3 to the east. Okay, almost. 1 is probably going to be too much, but it'll be closer to go back from. Yep. Okay, so let's do 0.1, and we'll go to the west 4 times. Nope, 1 more. And how is that in comparison to the book? Right next to the book. That's good. Okay, so I've got that one. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. Save, and copy you, and paste you to you. So the one that's at 2, copy that one, paste it there, and let's move it over 6 to the east. And let's do it 2 more times, 2 to the east, and way too far. Okay, 1 to the west. Okay, now we can start doing 0.1s to the east. 0.1 east a couple of times. And I think that's got it. Now this side doesn't line up with the pattern, but let's see, these are pretty much circles like that. What is the pattern on this side? It is not circles. So let's take this one. Let's get a save. Take this one, lift it. And rotate you 180 and see how you line up. Okay, moment of truth. Yay, there we go. Better. Still not perfect, but better. I'd have to actually overlap them to get the pattern to completely line up, but these line up decently. Is that, yeah, that is overlapped a little bit. So if I move that one over 0.02 to the west, how's that in alignment? A little bit more. Let's see, 0.01 to the west. And that's pretty much right on. And the front lines up better. Okay, very nice. So it's got that curve going like that. The curve coming down here and goes in, that goes together. Okay. So yay, they line up good. Okay, so let's take this one and this one. Okay, door frame. And tall divider, it is at 2, so let's move it 4 to the west, because 2 would be the radius, not the full diameter. And of course that puts them edge to edge, and I actually need them to overlap. Now these are not going to line up right, but if these are edge to edge, I could probably move this one back 0.5 to the east. And it should be about the same on both sides. And it's a little bit further on that side. So let's do 0.05 to the west a couple of times. And I can see it's a little off. 2 to the east. Okay, that's closer. Okay, so now we're going to take this one and we are going to do 0.002 to the south a couple of times. That way it's 0.004 away from the front. Now, like I said, they don't line up exactly. I could make them line up exactly, but if I do, I'm going to have to eat into part of this book, and it won't look right, just to make it a wee bit bigger. Okay, so now I can take this one and use this one. Now the one here does not, it has a rotate. Okay, so no, yeah, it has a rotate. So if I load these, the one that's a rotate is the one I want to copy from and paste to that one. And we will go 4 south, because this is 2 diameter, so 4 south, we put it there. Okay, so now I am going to just shrink these and then save, and then move those two and this one, and go from copy from my larger one, paste it to those, and I need to go 4 to the east on one and 4 to the west on the other. Okay, that's got those lined up. Sticks out a little further on each side because of the fact that the front is overlapped a little in the middle, which that's fine. I don't mind that. I'd rather it look solid on the back. With it sticking out on the sides a little bit, that's fine. Okay, so now I've got those in there. They are a little tall. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should have 8. We do. Let's go down 2. Way too far. So let's go back up 1. And it's better, but I am a short tune. Let's go back into Vass's size. I'm gonna get my wings caught. Just barely. Let's go back to Othmere. Okay, so let's go up 0.5. So actually I only went down 0.5 total. But I think that's better because it just seemed a little tall. Okay, so that is done. Okay, now hopefully I can get this to work. Looks like I'm gonna need at least one more, a couple more for the sides. Now if I line these up, actually why don't I do it this way? We'll get this, we'll get this, and that one is 0.7, but we can fix that. 0.7, and let's move it back 2 because I want it at the center point of the other one. So 2 to the south. And we need to rotate it 90 degrees. And let's go ahead and move it up 1, just so we can see it better. Okay, that's pretty close to being gold to gold, wall to wall. So now I have a choice I can make. I can move this one over and then put another one with it, which I think is what I'm going to do. Now I know I have a dog-guard roof. There it is. So let's copy the smaller one to the larger one. Okay, so they will both be in the center, so if I move that one to the west, and then one to the east, so I'm doing west, east. Okay, let's do it again. 2 to the east. No. Put it back, put 2 to the west, and 2 to the east. Okay, that is a little too far for my liking. So 0.5. I did west, east, so now I need to make this one that was going to the east to the west, and this one that was going to the west to the east, to go backwards. Okay, that is better. However, I want it to poke out past that. So let's do 0.02 west, east, no more. So that one was an east and that one was a west. There we go. And yes, they are shimmering where they're coming together in the middle, but we can fix that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it's going to have that little bit. Actually, let's go back down to where it's shimmering again. Okay, and is this a roll? Yes, that's a roll. So let's do a roll on that one and a negative roll on this one. Oops. Did I get it? Not enough. See, 0.2 roll. And actually, this one's a negative, and this one is a positive. Okay, so that's there. It's still got a little bit of a shimmer where it's actually going into this one. So if I raise these up, there we go. So now these are both rolled into each other. So it's only got that line where they come together. Now it is shimmering across the front because those are both overlapped exactly the same spot across the front. But I can just shift one of those to the south and the other one to the north. And that will take care of it. And it's so minute that you can't see that one is shifted really. You can barely tell right there that it's this one's further back and this one's further forward. So that's done. Okay, so I've got the primary build in place. I grabbed these guys. Now, do I want the wood grain going this way or this way. Thinking better this way. How does this look? Looks pretty even. Oop, not the horizontal gear. Okay, that's in there now. And I'm probably gonna need 3. So let's get... Where'd they go? There should be 7 left. So tile of 7. There you are. Okay, so let's save, move this one up. Copy, copy. So that's 2.1. So we're going to paste those to them. And we are going to go 4.2 to the east. And that puts it side by side. And then the next one, 4.2 to the east. And it puts that one side by side. So basically what I did is, since it's the diameter of, or the radius of the tile, because the center point of the tile is in the center, and it's also center bottom. So the bottom edge of the tile. So from the center area to the end is basically the 2.1. So to move it from that center point to where it's centered over there, it's going to be 2.1 plus 2.1. Okay, let's make sure this is not, it is sticking through. So that's not good. So let's move all 3 of these 0.5 west. Still gonna be sticking through. Might have to, can I shrink this? I can shrink this. So let's shrink these to 2. Which makes sense, because the walls were at 2. Okay, let's move these 0.1 to the north. Okay, 0.01. Let's try 0.01 to the south. And I think that gets rid of, yes, grass on both sides. This one, 0.01 east a couple of times. Okay, that is not moving far enough, fast enough. I just want it up under there. So one more 0.01 should do it. There we go. Okay, so I am going to shrink you down and shrink you down and save, lift, 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 Get my second save, compare the two. I want the one that's at a scale of 2, and paste it to those. And we will move it over 4 to the east and 4 to the east. Hopefully this will work better. Oh, it's still sticking out a bit. Okay, let's do this. Let's put these at 1.9. We will copy that one to those. So they're all 3 there. And let's move you guys 0.02 to the west a couple of times, north, actually no, south a couple of times. Because what I want to do is line it up back here and on the outside. Inside here and then outside here. Because I can either A, put a trim piece there and there, or B, move the whole thing in just a bit, which I think that might be what I do. But then it's intruding into the path some, so I might just do a trim piece there. Okay. You know what? Reset. Four east, 4 east. Okay, and I know this one's right up under here. Yep. And that one's up under that one. So let's move this whole thing over 0.2 west. Think this is gonna work out better all the way around. Okay, 0.2 was way far. 0.1 east. Okay, it's sticking a little far on that side and not quite enough on that side. So 0.01 to the east a couple of times. It might have been too much. Okay. Better. Might stick out a little bit, but I think I would be okay with that. Actually, no. Let's do 0.5 east. Okay, that might actually work. Yes, that's actually going to work. Okay, so now I'm going to take this side and this one, and I'm going to move it to the west, the 0.005 first, and then 0.1 Okay, how is that lined up back here? It's not, it's too far. So, was it 0.05 to the east? That's too far. Let's do 0.02 to the west. Because of them being overlapped in the middle and the front, I can actually move these to the side to line it up with the back, and that would fix that problem there. And it would also cover up the tiles and fix that problem there. There's still a little bit of overlap, I think, for now. Let's put you back. Let's do this one. Yep, there's still a little bit of overlap, but that's fine. But since they're overlapped, I can move these out some. So that helps. So this one and this one. And we're going to do 0.055 to east. Point 0.01. Let's do it again. Almost there. And we're there. Sticking a little bit back here. So can I do 0.005 west? Okay, so that's done. And technically I could make these bigger and have them pretty oval, but that's gonna make it look, oh, I like that. It's gonna make it look a little weird in the inside, I think. But I like that. That looks cool. I'd love to have light right there. Okay, so that part is done. And my tiles are good. Not poking at the back, not poking out the sides. Okay, next step. And these are kind of wonky to work with because the pivot point is this bottom right corner. This corner right here is the pivot point. So it circles around that. So they're a little weird to work with. But if I can get this in place, we will make it bigger. And copy this one to this one. Let's change this to 1.2. Apply that, and then we will copy that to this and move it 3. This does not move like tiles, So 3 to the east, because the center point is on the corner. Okay, that only moved about half of it. Okay, so that's going to be sticking through the outside, yeah. And this one's not. So let's do 0.3 west. And let's do another 0.1 west. How much is it sticking? Is it sticking out still? No. But this one, let's see. Let's do 1.3 on both of these. And that's probably going to be sticking through on both sides. Not that side, but I don't think I have, yeah, I have room. So 0.1, both of those to the west a couple of times. Okay, that is up against the counter, but is it poking through it? It is not. It is on this side. How's the overlap? The overlap is kinda okay. But what if I did, instead of 0.3, I did 1.25. Okay, that has a divider in the middle, which is cool. It is still up against the edge, but not poking through over there. It's not poking through over here. So we're good all the way across, except for the shimmer, of course. So we're going to take one of these, and we'll do 0, 0, 3, and we'll go up and south. That way we can get rid of the top shimmer and that side shimmer. Okay. Now, of course, it skews it quite a bit, but that's okay. Let's see, maybe I should go down and it'll look better. Not really. It's a little better, but not really. Okay, so those are in there. Now, get these guys in here. And some of these hats are bigger than the others, so the spacing's not going to be the same. As long as I can kind of get it close, and I'll have to tweak it at the end because of the fact that I've got to squeeze them all in. I mean, I could get rid of some of them, but I actually wanted to add more. But due to item count, I think this will be fine. Let's move you down some. Okay, I am pretty much at the halfway mark. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still have 6 more. So these are gonna have to be closer. Which I think they can be, actually. Because I need 6 on each one of these. And I'm going to have to shift some of these down some. Okay, those are there. And the last one I did was a male mannequin. Let's do a female. Tried to get half and half. If you have not guessed, this is a souvenir hat shop. And I'm thinking there's a couple of other shops I would like to do. The souvenir cape shop is one of them. I can't remember what the other one is off the top of my head, but I'm thinking that those will be in Norrath, so they will be in a separate item count than this, since I'm going to build Norrath, the Norrath portion of this park, in the Norrath city breakout. It's just, there's not enough item space to do the detail that I want to do in this house with Norrath in here. Plus the fact that with Norrath, I want it to be dark. It's got to be dark and spooky, and the Tenebrous Tangle does not have dark or spooky, so that's not gonna work. If you really think about it, the Norrath portion of the park is gonna be kind of the Halloween thing, kinda. The or for EverQuest, it's Nights of the Dead theme, that kind of thing. And I think I ended up with extra space, so maybe I can space these out some more. Let's see, how much did I gave it? About that much. Okay, so if I do about like that, oh, you know what, that's right, because this center point is right here, not right there. So that would be why. Sorry, this is the boring part where I'm moving mannequins around. But it's stuff that has to be done. And just a little bit on these. Just a little bit. I think we're good now. So let's get a save of these, and we will lift these up. Now what I would have liked to have done is actually, if I had the item count, is to actually flip these over and use this as pedestals. Because the actual design on these is really nice. Let's see, can I zoom in and get closer? Nope, not close enough really, but you can kind of see the design. No, I'm stuck in first person, so it's picking up the moving items. Okay, so should be 12 mannequins. Yep. So let's go down 2 to start with. And that's too far. So let's go up 0.5. Okay, the female mannequins are good. The male mannequins need to come down some more. So let's select the male mannequins, and we will go down 0.2. Okay, that's better. So now I have my souvenir hat shop with various hats that people can buy and wear. And I've already got some of the people in the park, like this one that's wearing one. There's another one up here that's wearing one. So that's that portion of the build. Now I need to know how big this gets. Okay, that gets pretty big. Bigger than I need, but it gets pretty big. So what size is that? But with it being that big, that means I don't need these. Okay, so we've got this. And let me go ahead, since I've got that building done, let me save it. Eight hat shop. Okay, so let's see what size that is. It is 3. If I did 2, okay, 2 I think is more of what I'm looking for. So if that's 2, what would you be? Well, let's just do it this way. We will get you, and you. And we will use the center point of the rhodium band. And we will do 3 on that. Okay, let's do 5. Excuse me, that was sudden. Okay, 5 is too small. Oops, not the rhodium band. Okay, that's good. Oops. This one needs smaller. So about like that. Okay, so let's take, not you, this one and this one. Don't need to work with you. I need the larger one. Need to copy that location, put it with that one, but make this one smaller. And then apply that scale and move it up 4. Actually, let's move it up 3. And let's see how that goes. Okay, that's better. Let's see, it does need to be smaller. Okay, that looks good. Bring you down. And you're going to be a little too high, I think. Maybe. Okay. So let's get you and all of you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we are going to create object circle spiral, and we are going to call this hat. The floor center point, I'm going to use the center of this one. Oops. Number of steps, I've got 10. Total angle is 360 degrees. I want a full circle. Radius. Ooh. Let's do a radius of 2. Item name will leave NA just so I can see the difference, and I need that UID. And do not use it from crate. Item scale, we'll leave them at 1 for now. Let's create that. And let's get rid of these guys. And apply, save all. And let's load it in. Okay, radius is too big. So we will delete you guys. And delete the group. Go back in. So the radius was 2. Let's do 1.5. See how that works. Okay, apply, save all. Ooh, very, very close. Very, very close. So maybe 1.45. Nope, let me delete the group. Um, 1.45. And let's go back to the main page. Apply, save all. Let's back up. Okay, that is it. They are barely overlapping. Barely overlapping. Now this one is a little too big. It's a little off as far as the rotation. My tile is. But now I need to move that down. So let's do this. Let's get the tile rotated correctly. Okay, so the rotation is 18.19. Let's try 18.18. See if that is the right direction. It didn't seem to make much difference. 18.2. Okay, going the right way. So 18.3. Okay, 18.5. Okay, let's try a larger number, 19. Okay, 21. It's going the wrong way. Okay, 16. 17. 18. There we go, 18. Exactly 18. I probably could have got that from the individual rotations, because one of these would have probably been at 18. One would have been 0, the next one 18, and so on. Okay, so that is a little bigger. So let's do, instead of 3.24, let's do 3.25. 2, 3, 5. See how that looks. Okay. That's better. Okay. Let's move you up and shrink you down. And there is my hat for my hat stall. That looks so cool. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I need to move it on top of my hat stall. So let's get a new from difference. So I'm just working with these pieces. I'm not sure if I've got them all, but I know there's 10 of these. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces. And 13 pieces. Let's move it up 3, north 3, west 3. Let's start with that. That's pretty good. And we will do west 3 a couple times. One more. Nope, too far. Let's go back 2. Actually, you know what? Let's go back 3. Let's go up 1. Okay, I'm going to have poles underneath to support that. It's a little too high though. It's 0.5 down. Poles underneath to support that. And what I'm thinking is I will have that there, and the reason why it's off-centered is because I'll have a sign coming off here. You know, hats or whatever. And what is your distance? Because, okay, so let's do 1 for your distance. And this is Minty Fedora, the Hat Collector of Legends. And she is the hat shop worker. Gosh, she's so small. Maybe I should move this all down I'm thinking now that she's in here, she looks so small. So maybe I should move all of these down, the platforms and those. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And load. And let's do the 0.5 down. And it's a little too low now. 0.2 up. Better. Am I really only moving that 0.1 down? I am only moving that 0.1 down. Wow. But it does make a difference. That 0.1, I mean 0.003 makes a difference. Okay, I am done with all the shops for now. I do have a shop that I'll be doing for Freeport once I build Freeport. And I do have, while technically this one is a cross between Kellethan and Qeynos, it is still considered a Kellethan shop. But I am going to be doing another shop for Kellethan. But that's when I start working on Kellethan. But I am done with the shops for now. I'll do a little cleanup, touch-ups, make it a little prettier. And I will see you in the next video.